Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the second episode of YLS. I want to give a huge shout out to my featured guest as well as my many co-hosts. Another shout out to those of you who listened to episode 1. I thank you. Bear with me. I'm still getting some kinks out with some sound and levels, but overall I think I'm not doing too bad. I was able to get some video for the second episode. So if you want to watch us on YouTube, I'll have that uploaded on my channel. I think you just search for Your Life Sucks, or if you need the link, just go ahead and DM me or text me or whatever, and I'll share that with you. We're also on Apple Podcasts and SoundCloud, so thank you again. Here we go. YLS Episode 2, Your Life Sucks. What's up, everybody? Episode 2, Your Life Sucks. We got a full house today.
Yeah.
What's going on today? I got multiple co-hosts. We got Matt Moua. He was on episode 1.
Wow.
Welcome back. We're supposed to do a second part to his lifestyles.
His gang stories.
Part two, bro.
It was good.
His censorship life.
Yeah.
I go to
Beep. School.
And we got Gabe Medieta.
Can't talk about your shit, huh? Oh, hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi. Well, what's up? Can you tell us a little bit, just a little quick
what?
little snippet about your background?
Oh, my background.
Yeah, what's up? What are you doing here?
What am I doing here?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. I heard about it and I was like, don't mind if I do.
All
So
right.
here we are.
It was on the Craigslist thing.
Yeah.
We'll get Gabe on one for his own episode because I know he's got something to say. And he's pretty
Got his
interesting.
own gang stories.
He's going to school for beep too.
Thank you.
And we got Baby Philly Phil.
Yeah.
Young beanie baby. But he's not.
Should have wore the beanie
He's
today.
not rocking the
Should've.
beanie.
And then, of course, we got our guest, Raylan.
Yeah.
And I met Raylan. I think this year.
Yeah, or like,
Through like Bree and like all the Vox Pop.
yeah, the sissy fit
thing,
fellows.
yeah, all of that going on. And let's see, what do I have so far that I know about Raylan? Raylan is well-mannered, kind, respectful, but also like, don't get in Raylan's face because Raylan will fuck you up.
Yeah. Boundaries, you know?
And
Some
that's,
good boundaries.
and I feel like that's like a perfect like person. That's cool.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Like a little Barbie doll.
Well, let's do a little background. Like, give us a little background about yourself and what you're about. And
I'm 22 years old.
all right.
I was born in Lodi, actually. I
Okay.
lived in Amador County till I was 18. Then, the lady.
Little Amador.
Yeah, Clorox County.
Okay.
Cool. Not really cool. That's why I left when I was 18. I moved to Santa Cruz, and then I ended up back in Stockton. When
How was Santa Cruz? I was
it was
on
fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I go up there, it's always a good time. But...
I mean, it's cool, but it's just like, if partying is your thing, then you're gonna do that shit so you can't party
okay.
no more.
Oh,
And that's
yeah.
what happened to me.
That's what I do. I go party up there and then I come back.
Yeah,
home.
exactly. But imagine that constantly. Every
Tell us about
fucking
your
day.
ice
I probably get burned out.
About my what?
Your ice cream stuff.
Yo, I used to work at Marianne's Ice Cream. Cheers. Fuck y'all. You're transphobic.
What?
Yeah, it was
Damn,
not tight.
Fuck that shit.
But I made hella good tips.
I ain't
That
about
paid
that.
for my addiction. So
Oh.
us all.
so keep going. A little bit more about yourself.
I've lived in Stockton. This is like my 3rd year.
Okay.
And it's fucking tight butthole.
Yeah?
It is so
Yeah,
awesome.
hanging out in Impresso and.
Yeah, the scroungiest
Oh.
corners. It is what
What
it
are you
is.
doing over here?
Try to go home.
Yeah.
Oh.
You gotta close it.
As high as you can.
Yeah. I did art as a kid, like, my entire life, and then when I moved, I stopped doing it, and then I lost my mind a little bit, and I was like, what can I do for myself? Do art.
Yeah, of course.
And so I've been
Nice
up on
outlet.
it for, like, the last 3 years about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I caught you at Presso. You were doing a little. You use Procreate.
Yeah.
Which is really, I haven't tried it yet, but I want to get into that. It seems really simple and easy to use.
Let me tell you.
I mean, I use Illustrator. It's nice. It's just there's a lot.
That's too fancy.
There's like
Serious, I
There's
tried
a lot.
to, and then it's like, oh, you have to pay every month. I was like,
Oh yeah.
not for me.
Talk to me later.
About what?
Erase the
Illustrator.
rat.
So you mentioned that you're like trans. How does that go about in your life? Like
Being trans, is that what you said?
like
Oh man.
from like start to finish. Like not. I mean, you don't have to go into
no,
deep.
I'll try.
Yeah. Because I know it's a lot. And it's
No,
like,
yeah, it's
that's-
just
it's a big-
bizarre.
yeah, of course.
So, like, a good, like, red flag indicator when I was young, like, 6th grade, that's when, like, your shit starts not being, like, a little kid no more.
Yeah.
And I would, like, make it a challenge. Me and my friend would go to school every day, and we'd see who could wear more layers. So I would wear, like, 8 fucking shirts a day.
Oh shit.
So, like, that's, like, off the bat, okay, whatever. And then I came out when I was like 16 as
Okay.
a lesbian, or I was pansexual. So I liked both, and my parents freaked the fuck out. They grounded me, and then my dad like took it back and was like, "If you fuck a goat, I'll still love you." And I was like, "Dude, honestly, if I ever have sex with goats, I know he would say something, but thank you. Like that's really nice thoughts."
That's always like the argue, like everybody always says shit like that too when talking about
the
shit.
most
Like,
bizarre.
it's like talking about like gay marriage. People are like, what are you gonna do next? Fucking marry animals? It's like,
yeah,
That's on the agenda, so
Right,
thank you.
right.
why?
You like Little Mermaid, though, right?
What?
Little Mermaid's a fucking animal, dog.
An animal.
I don't know, man. That's a discussion
all-
for
that's all
another
you have to
time.
Yeah,
So
almost, but not quite.
so
Go ahead.
I mean, it's been, I'm sure, like there's like been a journey, like it's been
Yeah.
a struggle and a challenge.
It's
And
been
what kind of
cool.
challenges have like you ran into, like just along the way? Like I know you said your previous employer, like in
Yes.
Santa Cruz, like how.
So, sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
Oh no, yeah.
Okay.
No, how did like that go along? And like I'm sure that was just like heartbreaking and that.
It was gnarly, cause like I moved out. I moved in with my ex-girlfriend in Santa Cruz. So it's like, all right, bitch, time to do this. Like, let's get a job. So I worked at Target for a number of months as a cashier, and then I had began to not be mentally stable in a lot of capacities. So I started all like my coworkers on our little name tags would put like, oh, it's Little Mermaid, or like, oh, look at this little lion on my name tag, how cute. And I was like, all the guest services bitches. So I was like, oh, this is my in. So I started putting they, them on my name tag.
Okay.
Only a week later did it become an issue that was not up to like standard protocol. So everyone had to take off their stickers, and like they had confronted me.
That's
And
bullshit.
then,
but like
like-
that's like protocol. Like,
Yeah.
who
It
are they
was
to
never
say?
a problem.
Confronted you about what? Though? What the fuck?
Because the stickers, and why does it say they, them? And I said, because I identify as they, them, and I'm fucking, it's tiring when you work an 8-hour shift and you have to like hear, oh, okay, like little baby or whatever. Okay, she's so cool. It's like, yeah, I am cool, but you're missing the mark a little bit.
Okay.
And then, so eventually, because I didn't like that job anyways, because you have
Yeah.
to trick people into getting credit cards, and that's
Oh,
like not
that's
my
like-
jam.
That sounds like
Yeah.
that's like Kohl's. Like
Yeah,
hey, you want
hella hard. Push
like,
it, push it, push
Target
it.
or Walmart, like, hey, you want this like credit card? Like,
Don't you
Yeah.
get fired for that shit if you don't have enough?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I was
you-
already on
yeah.
really
It was
thin
like
ass ice. I was
Oh
on
my
hell, like, and they're
God,
like, the
that
next time
sucks.
we talk to you, it's gonna be like the person who runs like the entire branch of like
Yeah.
all this shit, and I was like, I don't give a fuck.
So was
like,
it like
go ahead.
a quota?
Yes. So like, let's say it's 100 cards this week. If we only do 50, that 50 gets rolled over to next week. So now you're at 150 that you have
What
to
if
do.
you don't sell shit though? Like, what
You
if
You're
must.
fucking just
It's like comply or
write ups.
What?
Yeah.
Write-ups,
That's so
probably.
That's so
yeah,
No, but, like-
hella whack.
What if no one wants to fucking buy that shit?
It's like they tell
What do you
you
do?
Fucking buy it right now.
in specific to try to go to people who look like they're in a tough spot or younger folks because they don't know what the fuck is what.
So
we
preying
just-
on people,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You need to have a
Name of the
keen
game.
eye to like sell it and then trick them into
Yo,
it.
old ladies,
Boom.
for sure.
Yeah. Hella young ass teens for sure. Like, yeah, because it's like, well, you get 5% off. That's a really good deal, and it's like, not really, bitch.
Not really.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Gotta get that Kohl's cash.
You know.
Those fucking candles and shit. Like, I'm not.
Oh my god. Yeah, seriously.
Let me get a Yankee candle, bro.
Alright, so like, since you've moved to Stockton, like, you seem pretty comfortable now. Like,
Yeah.
Are you happy here? Like,
Yes. I'm
That's
like,
good.
I remember being shocked because, like, in Santa Cruz, I was going back and I lived in Santa Cruz, but I was traveling to San Francisco like every week.
Okay.
Every Wednesday, I'd go to like a rave in San
Oh,
Francisco.
shit.
I was hell about that
Were you
shit.
raving?
Raveland, bitch. I was all about that shit. They call me Mom. If you remember calling me Mom, you're a real one. You know what the fuck, Sierra. So Rizzo, that's my bitch.
So
She's
what?
know me. My friend Sierra from Modesto. Like, I met her raving. I met Mitchell from Grade Blue when we were actually raving
okay.
together.
That's
And then we
it.
have like reconnected through this scene, which is like
Yeah.
so weird.
I don't think I've ever been to a rave.
It's an experience.
Is it like all night? Is it or is
Yeah.
it like
Well, it'll go till like at least 2. So like the thing
Okay.
is like it would open up at like 10, let's say. First 20 people to the door get in for free. Next 20 people get in for $5. Then it's
Okay.
$20 the rest of the night.
okay? Because then it's like popping.
Real money making.
Yeah, then it's like
hours.
popping. It's like,
Yes.
yo, it's hella busy. Like you gotta
Yeah.
pay to get in now.
But like it would end at 2, and then everyone would be like, "Let's go to Treasure." So Treasure Island, there's like albino fucking raccoons up there.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there'd be people just rolling balls, like rolling blunts, like, "Oh, I'll trade you 3 cigarettes for like the rest of your
What?
bottle." Yeah.
Bartering.
It's- yeah. There is like no
What
purchasing.
the
It's
fuck?
just trading. It's fucking gnarly. And then stay there till like 5. Drive home the hour, and then it's like,
You
okay, I
get
have
home
to
like
be up at for work, and then
You get home like at 6.
yeah, I get up like in the early hours of the
God.
morning, and
That's
then I
like-
just sleep because I would work closing most of the time.
That's some like straight up like hardcore partying right there.
Yeah, I was really about the lifestyle.
So what are you currently doing now? Like work wise or
Yes,
what do you-
so the 3rd of last month, I got completely cleared that I have no more evidence of disease, so there's no more cancer.
Yes.
So that's been really awesome.
Yes.
And then I got my job back working with elementary school kids.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm in an after school program.
What's that like? What do you like?
It's cool.
Do you just like hang out with like?
Pretty much. So we have I have 5th, 6th, 7th, and one
okay.
4th grader.
Okay, that's cool because
Yeah,
the smaller ones are a
Yeah.
little handful too.
yeah, and it's really hard, honestly, for me because I only speak English. Almost all the kids there are bilingual, and
Oh,
it's
wow.
like, especially at that point, they're still mostly speaking in Spanish. So
Yeah.
it's like,
It's in a box track, right?
yeah, it is. Yeah.
So what kind of like what kind of things do you do? Like what kind of do you like play games or is it like after school program like study thing? Like
So first we do snack time.
oh
Then so that's like all the snacks I was like bragging of like about. I cap all of them because they're supposed to throw them out,
oh
but we don't. So
hell no.
I've been taking all of them for my friends to eat.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
Why
awesome.
the fuck would you throw away food?
Why would you throw away food?
Yes. So I swoop it, but whatever. Bathroom time. We take a walk at the beginning of every day, which is really cool because they're fucking. I mean, they just were like at work pretty much for like 8 hours.
Right.
So I let them get out some energy, and then it's academic hour, so we can play like multiplication bingo. We can do like
Wow.
like games
They
as
win,
long
like,
as it's
prizes and
academic. Yeah. This entire last week, all we were doing is like about me. So it's like make a name tag, write 10 facts about yourself,
Damn.
do 2 truths and a lie.
Hey,
Like,
sign me up.
yeah, it's tight, and it's tight because like I'm in charge of the group.
Yeah.
So the person who's ahead of like above me
Yeah.
only makes sure that I have my schedule done, and then I'm like following the schedule. It's not like, oh, you're not making quota. Or,
Right. You're right. Exactly. Like you're just
I'm in charge.
right. You can just be yourself. And
Yeah.
That's
So it's like arts and crafts and recess, and then they all go home.
so you're just hanging out.
Yeah.
That's all
serious.
tight.
Yeah.
That's all tight. So,
Yeah.
so you mentioned like you're free of cancer and disease, and that's really awesome. What's that been like? Like, I'm sure it's
It
been.
was so.
And you
happy.
know, let me tell you guys, like, Raylan, even though, like, Raylan had like cancer and disease, like, I've always seen Raylan smiling and cheerful and up in
It's true.
spirits, and it didn't matter, and that's fucking awesome. Like,
Thanks,
I'm
dude.
glad that
Yeah.
you were able to just push through that
Yeah.
with a smile on your face.
It got like it's just very important to be positive through that, especially because it's a shit show.
Yeah.
Like doing chemo, I did chemo first, then I got a surgery, then I did radiation, and then I did my final surgery last month.
So you did like the like the.
I have an implant.
Oh, you do.
Yeah, you can touch it if you want.
I'm good on the
Why not? Anybody?
You said it's like a pick line.
Yes,
Yeah.
It doesn't go straight into my heart. It goes
Okay.
into this like artery up here,
Okay.
so you can touch where it goes into too.
So
It's
what
like a
does
little
that, what does
implant.
that do?
It's like a triangular,
They just like hook you up, right? Like,
yeah. So they put
so you
in
don't have to
like
like
a
keep
shallow
like
needle.
going like fucking
Yeah.
your veins up.
Because
and
like
shit.
yeah, it'll fuck your veins up, and then on top of that, like if the chemo drugs get out, it's like a different mix depending on your illness or your stage or whatever. But if that goes on your skin, it's too coercive and it will burn you almost immediately.
Wait, it'll burn you on the outside?
Yeah.
But
So
not
if the
on the-
drug like leaks in, then it'll be like and like burn.
And
your
they're putting
ass.
that in people's
Yeah,
bodies.
Yeah.
man.
So they like numb
Killer.
it and then put a needle in, and then attached to the needle is like a hydration bag, which is just like water, saline, and then like all the chemo drugs.
Oh, man, that's killer.
Yeah.
I black out when I get to have to give blood. Like every single time. Every single time. Like it
Fucking
doesn't matter.
IVs full.
Yeah,
I had
no,
to
it
get
doesn't-
2 in one
I
hand
freak
last
out, so-
time, and I was like
Like kudos
dying.
to you, because I would probably every time I've.
Well, it's cool because like at least for chemo, I had the same nurse every single week.
Okay.
So I'd be like, oh, how's your dogs? Oh, your boyfriend and you live together. Like, but for radiation, it was just like very. They call your name over intercom. You go change. You wait. You get the procedure. You leave. Then you're
Okay.
back the next day at the same time.
How long was that process until like you started seeing like results?
My chemo, I did. I want to say about 6 months off the top of my head. It was until the first week of January, and I started about October
Okay.
or August, September,
Okay.
because I got diagnosed, and then it was like the first week of September I started.
Well, how long is that like normal? Like
Well, so
6 month span, or do some people do longer?
some people do a lot longer. Some people do some shorter. It depends on the stage, because like they caught me at stage 3C, which is like
That sounds-
one stage away from stage 4, where it like spreads and it's pretty
Okay.
much too far gone.
So they caught it pretty early.
They
even though-
got it pretty late.
Well, okay, so because 3, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
3 is pretty late.
3, and then there's like
so
a
you're like
subdivision.
right there, but before it like got bad.
Yeah. So like by the time I got like my mastectomy, it was 4 nests of tumors that were all cancerous. So there's 4 different. But the beginning, it was like 6 or 7 centimeters wide. So it was pretty fucking big, and that's why they had, because I had an open wound on me. So they had to like make sure it was closed before they did other things, just to make sure I wouldn't get infected or whatever. But that had shrunken to like the size of like a ballpoint pen by the time we were done. And then I got it operated on.
And then now it's just like
It's gone.
now
It's
it's
gone.
gone. Congratulations,
Yeah,
man. Like
thanks.
that's like I don't. Nobody ever needs to go through that. Like,
Yeah, it's very well. It was interesting because I had such a specific kind. It's like triple negative stage 3C breast cancer, and it turns out that I have a genetic mutation from my dad. So that's like why I was so young, why I was so aggressive. Because triple negative means it doesn't respond to any hormones.
Genetic mutation.
Yeah.
So, can I get a little bit more
Yeah.
about
Go
like?
ahead.
No, like, can you explain a
Oh
little
yeah.
bit more?
So I have HER2, I believe is what, or BRCA1 is my genetic mutation. So that puts you at an elevated lifetime risk of, it deals with your gonads pretty much. So for anyone, it's pancreatic. Otherwise, it's either going to be like prostate, testicular, breast, ovarian, or the other one, uterine. So that's like why I had to get this preventative surgery to take those organs out just to make sure I was
Whoa.
good. Yeah. So it's like I was out of like my dad's bloodline, which is where I got it from. That's like I was the first female born. So that's
okay.
like it came down on me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you got
Makes sense.
some battle scars.
Dude, I'll show them to you if you want. You can touch them if you want. These new ones.
And overall, okay.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
This is from my port. I have another little nick. This is my mastectomy. I got a lymph node dissection on this side. And then I have these 5 new ones from my...
So this one is from.
I got a laparoscopic hysterectomy oophorectomy.
Okay, so for those that can't see, it's like to the left.
Oh, yeah. My tummy,
Yeah.
2 of them, and then
there's
right on
one
my
right
belly
above.
button. And then on the sides, too.
And then 2 on the chest.
Yeah,
Just
big old boys.
yeah. Those are like
They're wide.
they're pretty long. That's probably like 8. 9 inches on each side.
About.
Boom.
You're a warrior.
Yeah, dude.
I
I hate to be like, it was hella tight, but like, I would not recommend the experience for anyone, especially if you're of like a weak will per se, or like you can't force yourself to see the better side.
Yeah.
But like, any progress is good progress.
Yeah.
And having to like be like, hey, I might die. Like, what the fuck is really up with me? Like, what do I really want out of life? What do I really want to do? Like,
it's hard to pinpoint like those things.
But I just had like that year pretty much break of being like, what do I really want?
Right.
Do I want to keep doing this? Do I live in these spaces? Do I want to be around these people?
Right. And
like,
right now, the way things that are going, it's not easy just to be like, well, this is what I am.
Yeah.
Do I want to like?
That's what. Yeah.
Do I want to do that and I'm probably gonna have a hard time, or do I want to like hide it but then be like hella fucked up mentally?
Exactly. So it's like you either are 100% and you're fucking honest, or it's you having to suffer from it. In my experience, that's how it was. So it's like, I remember I had some friends who were like, why don't you come to the bar with us? And it's like, I can't drink at all. I can't stand fucking cigarette smoke. Like, there's all these things. And it's like, I appreciate that you're thinking of me, but you're not really inviting me to the right things.
Right.
Like, and
that was like during your
chemo.
During your chemo.
Yeah.
They're just...
Because at that time as well, chemo in general gives you a fucked up immune system.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't, like, if I got sick, if I got a cold during that time, I would have gone to the hospital and then request, like, a whole, like, controlled room, pretty much like in quarantine, and, like, have not been able to interact with anybody.
Like John Travolta?
Sure.
Boy in the Bubble?
Oh my god! I was like, yeah.
No, so like, you had to be quarantined because... Your immune system wasn't strong enough that
is too much.
You would have to be isolated, and then just so your body could heal itself without any other interruptions.
Yeah. So that's what, like, now I used to be like a fucking slob. Well, it wasn't even that I was like a slob. I could realize that I was being really dirty or filthy or letting all my shit stack up, but I didn't really care, or I didn't have like the will to take care of it.
Yeah.
But now, like, once that happened, I was still dating my old boyfriend, and like he had to pack my wound every fucking morning because it was like a big gaping ass bloody
on
mess.
your chest.
Yes,
it was
on my left one. Yeah, it was completely open.
So you had to pack it with like gauze.
Yes, so he would like stay over and help me, but
until
it's
it
like
closed up and healed and sealed itself up
until it was like this big where you can't fit any more gauze in it. So that was fucking gnarly. But like since that point of being like immune suppressant, it's like I love antibacterial wipes. I love keeping shit hella clean. Like, I still don't want a cold. Like, I know I could take it, but it's just like not something I would like.
It's better safe than sorry too. Like, what if something happened or that you didn't know what was happening? You know.
Yeah.
And then you get sick, and then you find out that shit, something's happening again.
You're sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what like this next 5 years is like when I'm most prone to get a reoccurrence. So I'm very hesitant. But I'm also like, fuck it, I can do what I used to do, so.
I'm drinking some wine. What are you drinking? What do you got?
Some red. I don't know. What do we have here?
Spanish wine from Trader Joe's.
Yes!
$5.99. $6.
Do you work for them or what?
Fuck no.
Just a plug. That's all.
Too many fucking old white people up in this shit.
What you got, like
no, for real though, this shit's aight.
Where you got a white Zin right there?
No, we got some rosé from Target. This shit is really not that good. I brought it so we could hopefully finish it off. Of course.
Alright, so speaking of like your artwork and stuff, what are you currently working on?
I'm gonna be in a show at Trail Coffee this upcoming Saturday, the 17th.
Trail Coffee, where?
Downtown Stockton. It's on Main Street.
Trail Coffee.
Yes.
There's gonna be a show.
And it's Benny from Rice Queen Social is throwing it, so he's gonna be catering, and it's gonna be like 10-2, so it's gonna be more of a brunch type atmosphere. But he's gonna have some smacking ass food, and it's called The First Pride Was a Fucking Riot. 1969, because it's been 50 years of
you know what?
Pride.
Okay, I seen the flyer for that. Did you make that?
No, I didn't.
No.
I don't know who did, honestly.
Okay.
I think it might have been Amber, but I'm not sure.
I saw you working on something, but
are you asking me to bring this?
Yeah, what's up? Let's see. Well, let's see.
Well, I'm trying to make a zine. I found like all these old journal entries of me like before I came out, as I was coming out, and like now. So I want to kind of like post those photos because I was like really ashamed and very embarrassed. Like I would get pissed. My mom would like show me pictures from my childhood, and I would just become like fucking enraged. Like I get it. I get that I was a little girl, but like I'm not. Because when I first did come out, she had to like mourn that her daughter was dead and all this shit, which was very interesting.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So like at first, it was probably around December, and I was like, things had like peaked in my life where it was like, okay, you feel like you want to die, so how badly do you want to die, or what are you missing? Like, is it just that you want to fucking live so badly and you're just suffering? And that's what it ended up being. So, okay, I don't want to die. What can I do within like my grasp that I can truly do to help myself? So, Phil, yep, motion sickness.
I was so stoked when you first sent me that. I like lost it.
I was just chilling in a fucking hotel room.
I was like at Impresso, and he sent that to me, and he was like, "What do you think, punk?" And I was like, "This is sick as fuck."
There it goes.
But yeah, so I came out to my mom first. Oh, sorry. He's flip. There you go. Whatever. I know. I'm sorry. But like I came out to my mom first as like genderqueer, so she couldn't really grasp that concept. So I had to be like, okay, if you go to fucking In-N-Out, you can get a cheeseburger or you can get like animal style. I'm like better than that. Like I'm both, but neither. Like, you know, that's like literally the analogy that I had to use to explain it. It's like it's both, but it's something else. Like you're so close. And then like a few months later is when I was like, hey, actually I'm not like they, them, or just a person. I'm like a boy. And then that's like when it really hit, like, I don't have a daughter anymore and you can't have kids. And like that was just like the worst for her to face for a minute. But that's her business, you know. She got through it. So and then I wasn't speaking to my dad at that time. So then eventually I
missed it up.
Oh, no, you're fine. Who cares? That's fine. You're fine.
God damn, Art. Art's fucking everything up.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well,
Art's fucking up the art.
It's a much different time now.
Well, that was only 3 years ago, and then I hadn't talked to my dad, and then
I mean, like from like where your parents came from.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like
it's been interesting to watch them grow.
Even my mom like has said like things that I'm like, Mom, like.
I remember one really like not tight memory is it was almost like Christmas time, and my sister and me were at my mom's house, and we were just like hanging around, whatever. And then she said something like, and she looked like a total tranny. And I was like, what the fuck did you just say? And she's like, I said tranny. And I was like, oh, like, that like rocked my shit. And then like my mom was like, why are you getting so upset? She just said it. And I was like, that's the thing is like, that's like calling someone a faggot. You don't say that anymore. Like times have changed. Like we're a little bit past that. For real. That's like the ultimate slur. Like, and then, oh, well, I didn't know. And then it was just like being really sour after, but she has not said it so far. Really. Yeah.
That was like super aggressive too. Like.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, we'll learn, I suppose.
Yeah.
So you got any new stickers coming out or what?
So everyone get on Tim Dara's ass.
What?
For real, he's been saying that he's gonna release this fucking album EP for 3 or 4 months now, and that bitch still.
For what?
Just personal.
Oh,
like,
just his thing.
Shit,
so
yeah.
What
But
the fuck is that shit, dude?
he has not put it out yet. I made special stickers especially for him. They might be on here.
Let's see.
Oh shit.
Oh, here, I don't want to break your shit anymore.
I made this logo for a kid. He never bought it.
Dude,
that's like the ultimate,
That's why I
slap in the face.
You gotta start coming. Yeah, like what I do is I'll do. I heard that car passing by. Anyways, you gotta like start doing like little like invoices and then having them sign it and put a deposit down.
Yeah, I'm trying to do like contracts.
And then like so have them do deposit, and then if they don't pay it, you still get something, and then you don't give it to them because they fucked up.
Like, and that's what every time use a watermark. Every single time, use a fucking watermark.
At the end of the day, dude, like,
oh, no.
they're fucking taking your fucking time, dude.
There you go.
What?
They're taking your time.
Yeah.
And, like, time is fucking money, like, as well, like, as fucked up as it sounds, in reality, if someone doesn't fucking pay you for shit that you've already done, And that's just hella out of pocket, you know. Even like if they're like homies, because I have like homies that do that too. I'm like,
yo,
I'm still waiting for my fucking for my
$60 or whatever. Like,
yeah, I mean,
that shit goes a long way.
Exactly, and
A
like
long way.
I always try to do like a what's called like a non-refundable deposit.
Yeah.
Because you're taking your fucking time out of it. Like
Right.
at least like $20-$25. And if they don't like it, then that's their fucking problem.
Well, then they don't value your art, bro, and they can find someone else to do it.
Yeah. You know what's the worst thing?
$25 in my pocket.
The worst thing is when you're like, it's going to be this much, and then they're like, well, I'll just go to like Fiverr.com. And I'm like, go to Fiverr.com.
Go, yes!
Like, you're not going to get like custom exactly everything that you want. Like, get the fuck out of here. If you want to spend $5 for somebody to do like art for you, like custom.
When it comes to art and shit, dude, like you gotta let whoever does the art, you just gotta let them do whatever they do.
Yeah.
Because you can't be like, I want you to draw a red dragon just like this Dragon Ball Z picture.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be your style or whatever.
I feel like
exactly.
You should be going to an art to buy their art, or an artist to buy their art if you really like their style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. So I've been talking to Raylan here and there. Wait, I want to cheers.
Cheers,
Raylan's so nice. Raylan comments on my Instagram and
So
stuff. And Raylan makes me feel good about myself. But
As you should.
one thing that me and Raylan like that we can relate to are Instagram disabled cats.
Yes! Hell yes! I'm all about them. Oh my god.
So there's like cats like they have their own Instagrams. They either have like they're cross-eyed or their limbs are missing or their limbs don't work.
Yeah.
They just gotta wear
Cerebral hypoplasia.
Yeah,
that shit is like
diapers.
Was that the video you showed me?
where it's like
Yeah, I was like,
They're all like,
yes.
is that like kitten mittens?
It's because like
They gotta wear
never
diapers and shit.
developed it. Like they
Yeah.
never developed like their full like sense of balance or things like that.
so
Shout
shout out to Memphis Two Nose Cat
Yeah.
and Benny the double amputee.
That's
So
the
you
name.
see- But
Yeah.
no, because we were talking and I was like, I'm so like it makes me so sad, but at the same time they're so happy.
I know you get very sad,
But
but it's okay.
I
They're
feel-
living. Look at they have a fucking whole Instagram, dude.
I know.
Like they're
But I
living
even,
their
like,
best life.
I even like get sad like when there's like
They're chilling.
customers
Oh my
like
God.
customers at work and there's like little kids and they have like speech impediments and they can't say R's or something and I'm like,
That was me. I couldn't do that until fucking 3rd grade. I was like, what's he?
poor little baby.
Poor baby. Look at this dog.
Oh my
He
god.
has no snoot for those watching.
We've seen that.
It's pretty impressive.
You know what?
No snoot.
Have y'all ever seen that movie Evolution?
No.
You know the apes?
Yes.
And that's what it looks like.
Just a bit.
Wait, so what's evolution?
It's that movie. I don't know who the fuck is directed by it. It's
It's
David Duchovny, and it's like a meteor fucking falls down, and all of a sudden, like underground, it starts like sprouting life. Like alien life, and so everything down there evolves at a quicker pace. And so I don't know. It's funny.
Is it just like a random planet or is it Earth?
No, Earth. Yeah.
Okay.
It like crashes, and then they go down there, and it's just like all these creatures start sprouting up. Because like evolution, takes like what? Billions, trillions of years. But like everything's happening like right away.
Yeah, I'll go check that out.
I think that shit's on Netflix, man.
Is
Check
it?
that shit out. It's hella
I'm gonna
funny.
watch that.
It's a big old smiley face
Fucking
on the
David
poster.
Duchovny's weird ass.
So Raylan, what kind of music, like what bands are you into like right now currently?
Right
What are
now,
you
Bay Faction.
Rave
I'll go
music?
slightly. I never like aged out. I listen to it, but like that's the thing is like being sick and like especially my last surgery, I'm not supposed to lift things above 10 pounds for the next 3 weeks, so that's 6 weeks total.
Okay.
Because I might like prolapse and fuck all my
Yeah.
shit up. So I have like gone like the baseline of like not being able to take care of myself. I had to move back in with my mom. Like I could hardly stand for an entire shower. I would get too lightheaded.
Fuck.
I've been like child, like a fucking 3-year-old again.
Did you get
like,
one of those
awesome
one of those
walkers?
shower chairs?
No, dude.
No? Why'd you get one of
No,
those?
I know. Because I'm a fucking fool. I'm a noob, alright? Leave me be. But yeah, I was hella fucked up, so now it's just like trying to get back to where I was, which I sort of am. I'm walking again, which is
That's
good.
good.
I walk
So-
a lot for school.
So like the chemo, does it like feel like just like a really bad hangover all the time? What is
It's
it
like not sort of, because like a hangover, I feel like you get more of like a headache and those types of
Okay.
things. But it's like you'll see the tapering. So I would get it on like Wednesdays most of the time. So Wednesday, it's whatever. Afterwards, hella fucking tired. Like
Yeah.
you could sleep for like 8 days in a row
Damn.
and you would still be
God
tired. You lose. I already don't have like a big appetite. You completely lose your appetite, or when you taste things like onions, that would like make me want to fucking vomit. Like anything strong, anything spicy is like 10 times as spicy.
So did you have to like drink like Pedialyte or like
I
something
have,
like easy like
yeah. Still, I have these drinks called Kate Farms drinks. They're like
Mm.
Ensures, yeah,
Okay.
but they're vegan.
what?
They're better, yeah. But they're like 300 or 400 calories per, so it's not a meal replacement. But it's like
Okay.
if you just aren't getting those
You
calories,
drink enough.
yeah, exactly. Which is like if you do 2, you're fucking chilling. Like 3 is like my goal per day is what I should
Okay.
be trying to take, because
Okay.
like normally just eating I get like 1,000 calories, and that's like not enough just
So
to
you're
stay
like-
fucking
No, for
human.
sure.
Yeah.
So you're still like working up like on eating on a regular
Yeah.
basis?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
But I'm doing it.
Anyways, I know we like kind of like
I know. We're going back and
let's
forth.
go back to what kind of music you're into right now. What are you-
I've been like dipping into my old jams, so
Okay.
it's like Title Fight,
Hey.
also
Oh.
some Tiger's Jaw, some
Hey.
Basement,
Yeah,
some
that's-
Free Throw,
okay.
Bass Action, Citizen. Oh, go.
I
Okay.
think Tiger Straw's coming. They're playing with Menzingers.
Menzingers and Culture Abuse.
I think I'm gonna go to that.
Wow, that's a good one.
that's
Hey,
in San
let's all
Francisco.
go to the Saturday date. It's like the
I think
9th,
that's.
right?
I think it's. I think
Next
that's.
month?
Huh?
Next month?
No, it's like November.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in November. I think
Yeah.
my buddy David Park's gonna go. He was in the
Yeah.
first episode. I think my brother is gonna go. I need to get my tickets still, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to go to that too.
I've
Yeah.
been, my like daily jam, thanks to Gabe, is Year of the Knife. Ultimate Aggression.
Oh
Hey.
shit.
Every single day before work, I'll
Horde.
fucking put that shit like full blast. I'm like, I'm ready to fucking learn these
Yeah.
kids.
They,
Like,
they were at Sonic Fury.
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
were.
catch them. I was probably outside drinking.
hella ashamed.
Wow.
No,
That shit was tight.
no. Basement was at Sonic Fury. That was.
Yeah.
I was,
Wow,
I was,
really?
I was in the.
They
front.
were in the first day. I wasn't
I
there
was-
though. The first day I was.
I
on
was
Saturday.
up in the front singing, ripping my heart out.
Yeah, seriously, that's what it feels like. I've been trying to like really
Stage
calm
diving.
myself down. Besides
Yeah.
that, some Dada life, some
Mm.
Borgor. That's like the
Mm.
bitch that has not ever left my
Okay,
life.
what's Dada life?
Dada life.
I've never heard that ever.
Like,
Oh.
like you just want to fucking tear your hair out. It's so
Shit.
juicy. And then Borgor is like fucking grimy. Like that's the best way I could describe it. It's
Borgor?
like shit is like it sounds like shit's tearing apart, and you're like just wanting to fucking gig and like get nasty. And he sings
Borgor.
about there's this song Daddy where he's like, bitch call me daddy, and then you're like, ah! Until it like breaks down. You just want to shake your ass a lot, jump around, be fucking filthy.
So is there something called like, who are you gonna see next? Like, who are you planning to like? Are you gonna go
For a
next?
big that's what, like my first point when I started talking again about like how I was like a child.
Yeah.
Like I want to gear up so I can go to at least like a massive. So like a massive is not like those like smaller raves I was going to. It's where it's like thousands
Wait,
of people.
they have names?
Yes, there's like you go underground. There's Renegades, which is like, hey, come to Santa Cruz, go up Felton for 10 minutes, take a left. Once you go for 5 minutes, take a right, then you'll find a campground. We're at that campground. And it's just like until sunrise.
What the?
Yeah.
It's like a secret society.
Yeah.
thing.
I didn't
And then
know
there's like local
Apparently.
shows, so like DNA or like EPR is what we used to go to. And then Massives is like, oh, I'm seeing Skrillex, I'm seeing fucking
Okay.
like,
like
the
like
big
a
of the
big
big.
fest, pretty
Yeah,
much.
That's
Like,
right. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I've never been doing anything like that.
Dude.
Actually, no. I've been.
You went to Sound and Fury, no?
Yeah,
Good
but
shit.
that's.
But
It's
Sound
a
and
different
Fury is
genre,
in the
but like
building.
the same energy.
I was in a
It's
drum
just
circle all the
slightly. There you go.
You were fucking.
There's like hella code.
Explain.
I was in a drum circle.
Oh.
No, because I used to work up there at I think it was the World Music Festival or something. I used to sell coffee and smoothies.
Wow.
But then at night, like, there's camping, so people like be partying up there,
That's tight.
and that's what everyone's drinking and
Feeling themselves.
popping pills.
Yeah.
popping
I heard
acid
it.
and
Yeah,
Hit that
all the
diesel.
time.
It's
Yeah,
like-
for the one time.
you know,
It's not I.
Not these straight edge fools, but everyone else.
it's pretty
These
crazy.
two
You
are
know?
straight edge if y'all don't know.
You get hella
Like
drunk.
2 of 3 straight edge people in Stockholm.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, you get hella drunk. Everyone's smoking. Everyone's got their own drum or whatever, and everyone's dancing in the middle, and you're just everyone's just like going crazy.
Yeah.
It's like
Did you take part?
I did.
What were you doing?
I don't remember.
That good of a
I
night.
think I was dancing.
Did you black out?
Nice.
I don't know.
A little bit.
Maybe.
A little bit.
You,
I grayed out.
You know those hardcore bands, like kind of like with Sissy Fit, where you do the harmonic and you do the whammy bar.
Yeah.
That'd be so tight. That'd be so
So
tight.
tight.
Just bring a whole stack. Like,
Fucking.
Barbarians, and after that fucking. Then everybody starts
Do,
going
like,
hard.
fucking
Yeah.
hard ass fucking dive
Hard.
bomb. Like,
all right, I threw a game changer in here.
Oh shit.
So you got any poop stories?
hey!
My
We're just talking about this.
This is the best
Would
topic.
be my friend Quinn from San Francisco visited me, and we're like at Presso downtown by the IMAX drinking beers. So their little sister slides, and we're like, yo, I was still living at my mom's like an hour away, so I was like, yo, I'll just meet you at the house. I brought Quinn with me, and then guess what? This stupid bitch Olivia went to Sacramento, overshot my house by like 30 minutes, and then
What the
she
fuck?
called us, and she's like, hey, I'm so sorry, but like, I'll be right there. And then by the time she gets there, she's like, I shit in my pants, and then I had to take off my bikini bottoms, and I had to like reframe my entire life, and now I'm here, and she's just like telling us all the details. It looked like this, it smelled like this, it was in my fucking pants, and I was driving, I don't know how it happened, but I had beer, so I think that might have been it. And I
Oh
was just
my
like, yeah.
god! How does that just?
Hey, that's my thing.
What?
And she's like 21, so I'm like, fuck, you know these things.
Who's down or what?
Strong. She's probably listening to Power Violence.
No, probably not. She's just like some Rihanna shit, and she's like, no! Too much.
It's that brown note. That's what it was.
Wow.
the brown noise?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah,
Put on the AC tune.
Yeah, she's like, I was hella sweating. I was like, dude, you are a monster. Out of all of the places in Stockton and Sacramento and all the places in between, you could not pull over at any point.
Yeah, for real.
No.
She could have just
Like,
went by a
what?
Starbucks
How
or
you not
something.
No.
Damn.
So she
At
shat
least-
all over herself.
Just
Yeah,
in the
she
side of
did.
the road.
No.
Just go.
No. She let
You know,
herself.
just like
She was driving and she shit her pants.
Was it like consciously,
No.
or was it?
At least, I mean, she knew it was happening,
She's
and
like,
she let it
I'm
happen.
fucking taking a shit.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I mean, you think
You gotta-
she's conscious, right? She's driving.
I
I don't
yeah.
know. I mean,
She doesn't know she's
I
taking
don't
a
know.
shit. I
You
don't
know
know
when
what
you
she's doing.
drive-
Right?
When you drive and you're just like dazed out,
Yeah,
maybe
like,
she was doing
dude.
that. She's
She's
like,
oh,
fuck
dude.
it. And then her bowels just
Something
got let
extra.
loose,
and
and then
Popped it.
the whole fucking log just fucking.
It's a log? How do you know it's a log?
I mean, I don't know. Mudslide?
I don't know.
It might have been a mudslide. I don't know.
That's what it
Did-
sounded
Fucking
like.
mud
Did
slide.
it get
It
over all
would've
of the
had to
seats
been.
and shit?
I know it was like kind of contained to her pants.
Okay,
She was
that's
wearing
good.
white shorts though, so
Oh.
that's kind of
Yeah.
the not good
So it's so
side of
wait.
it.
Did
Yes.
she go to like a thrift store and buy
So
some new
she
pants?
shat her pants. She was sitting.
And then,
Driving. So she was just sitting on her shit.
Yes.
Or
And then she kept-
shitting on her shit. Did I say
Wait,
that?
how long was
Sitting
it
on her
though?
shit.
so then
So like the hour from Sac to my mom's house is like 45 minutes.
She was
So
in
she
there
like
fucking- oh,
drove
shit.
the hour to Stockton to Sac, and then from Sac to my mom's. So it was like at least an hour, I would say.
so she just kept going.
Why?
She pulled over at that point. Like, after she had done the fucking dirty deed, she did pull over, and then she had like some spare like gym pants
Oh,
or
that's
whatever. But
Oh, sorry, am I just?
no,
Yeah.
that's what I have
That's
to
a
do.
good fucking
Like,
story, man.
That's an amazing
good
story.
story.
That's a shitty situation.
Yeah.
Ah! Get the fuck
Stupid.
out of here. Fuck you.
What a crappy day. Oh man, that stinks.
Stupid.
I would straight up take you out back, hold you outside right now.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Damn it.
Oh, who else got poop stories?
That was amazing, thank you.
You got poop story?
Yeah, you got a poop story,
I
Bob?
don't.
Yeah, you got
Nothing.
poop
Not
story,
yet.
bro?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I don't know if I got poop stories.
Yeah, nothing to top that.
I mean, I got
Yeah,
the
like-
word poop tattooed on my leg.
Yeah, that's kind of a
That's-
big
It's
deal.
kind of a poop story.
It's kind of a poop. There's nothing behind it.
It's just
It's just I just decided to do it one day.
But it's
Yeah.
a
Smart,
natural
dude.
reaction.
How do you top Raylan's story though?
Yeah, you
It's
can't
like,
top that.
I got a poop story.
What is it? Let's hear it.
All right, so I'm in second grade, right?
Reasonable.
And so like, you know, like some people like
Common.
some people are like some people are self-conscious or like weird about pooping in public. So when I was little, I mean I'm over it now. But when I was little, I was like weird about like pooping at school or pooping,
Not at home.
Yeah, not at home. And so I was holding it in class. I'm holding it and I'm holding it and I'm like, nope. So I start
Down.
running, and I'm running down the hall, and then there's like the blacktop. And I'm wearing shorts like this, like they're up to my knee.
What season was it?
I don't know. It was
Is it summer?
It was fun. It was summer. Maybe it was summer. I don't know.
Okay.
But then I was running, and then I was running, and I was trying to like make it to the bathroom. And keep in mind, I was in second grade. So how old am I? Like
7.
7.
Yeah, just
So like
about.
a little poop nugget comes out of my.
Oh,
I looked
You were-
I looked
That
down.
just came out.
Yeah, were you wearing shorts?
Yeah, so it just came out onto the blacktop, like, and then slick, and I'm like, go to the bathroom, and I made it, kind of.
Kind of.
Enough.
It's like a little quick, like,
Uh,
and like,
Pinch your bone so nothing else falls out.
just like a little, like, ah. But yeah, that's my poop story.
yeah.
I guess I do have a poop story. It's not. I don't think it's funny. But I'll
It
say it
can be
anyways.
funny. It can be serious.
It was
Yeah,
terrible
it's
for
sad.
me. It wasn't sad. I mean, how a poop story is sad?
You
Because it's
shit
so
your pants.
pitiful. Yeah. I
Well,
had
it's
that
kind of
shit.
pitiful. Okay, whatever. No, I used to get like the flu, like really bad when I was a kid.
All the time?
Like, probably almost every year. It was fucked. So, I would get the flu so bad, like it would hit me so hard that I would like have those like fever dreams, like hallucinations and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
it would fuck me up. And I would never forget. I went to the bathroom to go fucking throw up, and as I was like heaving, literally I shit my pants as I was throwing
At
up.
school?
No.
Oh,
This is
you're
at home.
fine. Okay.
So it's okay. But still, I was home alone, and I'm just sitting there just like vomiting wild diarrhea is coming out of my butthole. And I'm just like,
What do you do? How old did you say you were?
I was like in 5th grade.
Suffer
Okay.
through.
Were you a
Yeah.
naughty kid?
So you're like 10.
Was I a naughty kid?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like, were you like a troublemaker?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that like the
justification?
What? Are those two things linked together?
Yeah, it's so
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
You're like all of that shit, and you're like, fuck, dude, I'm fucking shitting out my butt, and I'm throwing up. How did I get to this? I mean, I don't know. It might have been.
So
karma.
that's like
Karma.
Like, I deserve this.
I mean,
What
Dude.
the fuck?
Dude, that's crazy,
Maybe.
though, dude. You gotta,
I moved to Stockton that year, so it was
There you
just
go.
That's
weird
probably
year.
why.
It's your introduction.
Because
Yeah,
you
not
might have
good.
like some type of sickness or something.
Well, when I moved to Stockton, it was just like
From
hella
where,
sleep
though?
paralysis all the time, anxiety. Like it was just weird. Like
From where though?
I was living in Fremont with my parents and
Oh,
grandparents. Yeah.
My only like
crazy.
first-hand account poop story that is pitiful that I don't want to share, but I will for the one time. I had to get a colonoscopy at like 12 years old.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yes.
how was
So
that?
like they give you shit
Enema?
to pretty much not an enema,
No.
but they give you like this shit
Oh, like that.
stuff to take at home.
To drink, right?
And it
tastes so bad.
clears you the fuck out. Like it clears you out.
I hear it
So
tastes
me and my
bad.
mom finally made it to the hospital, and I like we're in the waiting room. We're finally getting checked out, like to go to our room, and I just like look at her,
What's happening?
and then like we're walking to the bathroom, and I shit all over myself, and I shit in like my flip flops.
Oh
No, no.
Yes, and I was just like, wow, like this is the summation of my life is that I'm 12 years
Damn.
old and I'm just
Yeah.
looking at me covered in shit, like as they're
You'd
about
be
to
like
put a
that.
fucking camera on my butthole, like.
It is what it is, bro.
Kid life is hard life.
True. You don't know shit. Anything that's given to you is normal, and like most of it is not tight.
No.
It's just straight survival skills. It's like everything I did before 18 and a little bit past, I'm like, you're surviving. You did what you had to do. It's fine. You did it.
It's all
Any more
trauma,
poop stories?
Phil?
Yo, Philly, come
None.
on.
There's like It's like,
I know you
it's
got the
whatever.
stories,
It's like,
man.
one time in 2nd grade, this kid on the other side of the classroom kind of like, he's like in a spot where you can't really see him.
Yeah.
So he kind of just like squatted over like the chair and just shit on the fucking floor.
Wait, what?
Pardon? Like,
Damn.
Just like that.
Wait,
yeah,
you just said
just
I'm a
like
shit?
that. Like,
real quick.
yeah, he just like
Just
kind
like
of
that.
moved over the table and kind of just it was on the floor
No
and
home
shit.
training.
What a
bro.
fucking badass,
Yeah.
dude. Like, hold up right quick, I'm about to...
He's doing his homework and shit
They
like,
like
but hold it. Hopping logs and
they
shit.
like had to call his parents and shit.
Maybe you just wanted to go home.
I had a girl the other day, and she looked at me. She's like, "Mr. Raylan, if I puke right now, do I get to go home?" And I was like, "Not now. What the fuck?" Like,
But if you shit in your pants, sure.
then in that case,
Yeah,
you're a fucking
jet mode,
toxicity
fucking
mess.
hose.
Now you tell that kid, no, what's gonna happen is we're gonna call your mom, they're gonna bring you a pair of pants, clean you up, and you get to stay.
You gotta sit
that
there.
extra
extra
to
three.
stay.
Get a
You
new
gotta fucking-
pair of pants.
You gotta-
Yay.
I see you.
And then
You're not
you
going
gotta
home.
sit there in shame. Like, everybody-
Yeah,
maybe you're the poop
dwell in it, dude. Yeah, you are the poop kid.
kid. Alright, well, let's do. I didn't have a name for this last time, so. But this is Rando
What the
Records.
fuck is that?
Rando Records, so
You
let's
gonna
go
call us
through.
out?
I'm gonna
I
call
know.
y'all.
I already feel attacked.
So I picked all these out of my stash, out of random, and so we're gonna go look through these and see if you guys are familiar, what it means to you, if you guys like it, whatever. I don't care. Just have a conversation. So we have suicidal tendencies. Looks like it's still is it still Psycho or is it what this one is?
No, it's the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
So this one
first.
has like I shot the devil,
Yeah.
subliminal,
All I wanted was a
Fucking
Pepsi,
subliminally.
Yeah, it does. It's
Yeah.
institutionalized. I think this
Yeah.
is the first one, so
Yeah.
it's like it sounds. I know they remastered, re-recorded it,
Yeah.
and it's like.
Very
But this is the one where it's like almost like a demo.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So are you guys familiar with this one?
Yes.
You guys-
Well, for sure.
Hardly.
That's a
Yeah.
definite
Honestly,
staple.
I'll just like fess up now. Every time you guys go into technical conversations, I'm like, "Oh, Henry Rollins, I'm like, tight. Like, I'm all ears, but I don't know what the
Fucking nerds.
fuck you're talking about. Yeah.
So-
Fucking
So
nerds.
I know I
So-
wanted a Pepsi, and Pepsi is superior to Coke in my opinion. But
Like,
I like that.
let's go around. Let's go around. Let's go around.
Honestly, they both kind of suck.
Ooh.
But
Yeah,
if
they're
you had
brown
to choose
soda.
I'm
one,
trying from.
What do you?
I like Coke, but I choose Pepsi because I love Baja Blast
Oh.
and
So
Mountain
What the
what?
Dew.
fuck does that got to do with
yeah.
shit?
It's a
because-
Pepsi product.
Yeah, it's a Pepsi.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Wow.
You know this shit.
Wow.
Y'all
know
know
this
this
shit.
shit. Baja Blasted again.
Wow. Bodied.
Body.
Yeah, these are like the
Like
OG
So,
like fucking cholo punks right here.
that ST record. And I'm about to, okay, anyone who's listening, you could hate me all you want, but that's the only ST record I fuck with.
Same.
I feel you, dude. I feel you.
I'm sorry.
It was
I'm
good.
sorry.
What
You
about
know what? No, I'm not.
what
fucking
about what
sorry. I
about
don't give a
prime
shit.
cuts? You don't
No,
like
I
you
don't
guys
fuck with
like
that.
prime
Still
cuts?
I don't
Psycho
fuck with
is
that. I don't fuck with
whatever.
it.
It's whatever.
It's not even that it's bad. I don't think it's bad. It's just not.
not.
You're not a fan.
It's not my thing. I don't know.
All right,
I'm
all right.
sorry. Not
Let's-
sorry.
Let's move on. So we got Municipal Waste. This is like
Oh,
one of the
shit.
the last ones that I kind of cared about. It wasn't really that good.
Wait, which record is that
This is
one?
the Fatal
Super
Feast.
I've never listened to that
The
record.
Fatal Feast. It's like this is like the last one where I was like, yeah, it was cool, and then
Yes,
after that I was like, I kind of got old.
Fell off, yeah.
But like I went and like got like the whole fucking
Wow.
Fucking God. That's hella out of pocket.
But yeah.
You got the
CD right
Hella
now.
extra.
Did it give you like a download code?
You know how much?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
What the fuck?
Beautiful.
Fucking-
They done got you the whole thing.
Yeah, but check it out. It's alright. They got a couple of good songs on here.
What are the
They got-
best to
it's
you?
like-
Surprised they didn't give you a shirt.
Number
with it,
3
too.
bangers.
What?
3 top bangers.
On this one?
Yeah.
You know what? This one's not. I mean, it's okay. Like I can't even name you the songs. Like their single was like okay. It's kind of like cheesy. They kind of like.
Okay.
Is that their newest one?
I think they have like 2 more after this. I don't know. I haven't really been keeping
The
up.
last record, the last Municipal Waste record
Waste.
I ever liked. Last Municipal Waste record was Art of Partying,
That's a good one.
and then
I've seen them
Unleash
like
the
fight.
Bastards was dope.
I've seen them like 5
Yeah.
times. I was obsessed.
Damn.
With them.
Yeah, I saw them.
I never seen them, but
I even
Saw
went
them at the
down.
Metro.
I went down to LA and they had a free show with fuck, I don't remember that band's name, but it was a free show we got hella drunk, and it was fucking hella fun. They like throw like boogie boards and shit, and they have like on the stage they have trampolines. They could jump.
What the fuck? Oh my god!
Little like single
Nice.
person trampolines.
Gilman needed that.
For
Mini trampolines like on the edge.
real. All along.
Yeah.
And then so we have feeders. This one's kind of a crazy one. I
Unfamiliar,
think this is a
dude.
local. I got this one from Anthony.
Fonseca?
Yeah, I bought this one from him.
Hell yeah.
I think this is the band where they played at Gilman and they brought like a dead dog and he like wore him like
Nice.
he wore
Interesting,
he wore him like like
Was he
a
just
piece of
rotting
clothing.
out?
And I don't know, it was just like a dead dog. Like he was just carrying him
Okay.
and then he like
Was it like
throws
dead
him.
dog in the flesh, or was
Yeah,
it
it was like a real dead dog. Like he was just carrying
was,
him.
was
Yeah.
it like dried out or anything?
I don't know. I wasn't
No,
there. Like,
I'm assuming not. If it's dead, it's
Well,
like the
fucking
stink,
hope
the
not.
fucking bloating.
The
yeah.
stank.
Well, I
Yeah.
think you can go on YouTube and I think
Okay.
that set is there, but they're at Gilman, and so they threw the dead dog and at the crowd.
That's a
and-
biohazard.
Wait, hold on. I want to wait. Gilman allowed that?
I mean, this was like a
Probably
long
not
ass time
Gilman
ago.
does
I
say
read,
no
Yeah.
change that,
Gilman.
but
I think I read about them in
Alright.
that book. There's a book called "This Band Could Be Yours."
Yeah.
I think I read that one. I think that's how I found out about them and that story. I can't even tell you what they sound like, and I just got the record because I know like
See, I've
I know
never
that.
heard of this band.
yeah,
feeders.
Dude.
it looks super
It is,
controversial.
I think it's like
What's it?
It's
Have
like
you ever
Grip
felt
Tape.
like killing your boss?
ever felt
That's
like killing
real,
those
though.
feeders.
What is
Wow,
that?
I love it.
Is that a
Pass it
sandpaper?
around, pass
That's
it
great.
around.
Yeah, pass it around. Show and tell.
What the fuck?
I don't know. It's like grip tape or sandpaper. I don't know.
Oh,
It could be
both.
same material.
Yeah. It's the fucking.
Alright.
Motherfucker.
That reminds me of the Charles Bronson LP. They said
Yeah.
that they made it out of metal.
I love
The
Action
edges-
Bronson, dude.
Oh, not Action, sorry.
I know, I know.
Bronson, okay. Charles Bronson. The Charles Bronson, they're like, oh,
Fucking
make
Death
sure
Wish.
make sure you
Part one,
open
two,
up.
Wow.
You open it up because it's like
This is
blades
the
on the
one.
side.
Wow.
So now we have Black Flag, the first 4 years.
Hands
there you
down.
go.
40.
Hands down.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
Four. I was like, 40, goddamn.
44.
It's a comp.
That's like essential.
6-pack.
Well, this
Yeah,
one,
come on.
this one has like all the vocals on them.
It has all the
It has
good
Des
ones.
Cadena as Chavo, which is like my least favorite,
Mm.
and Keith Morris is all like obviously my favorite, like
Well, yeah.
the best.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For
Like,
sure. That's
Keith,
for sure.
Keith Morris, I even like Off. I like
For sure. Defo, dude. Fuck that kid.
Free.
But yeah, it's got like all the like from the first 4,
Yeah.
Nervous Breakdown.
Are
Then you got like
you-
White Minority.
Into Descendants at all? Or is
Descendants.
that...
I never got into Descendants.
I got
Really?
into them more than like
Yeah.
mostly anyone else.
But yeah, this is.
I'm not a
this
pervert,
one.
bro.
This is a good one. If you don't have like just like little like 4-track EPs or whatever, this has them all with all the
All the
vocals.
goods.
Yeah.
I'm not a machine.
And
Like,
then-
What's that? Paradise.
Wow.
Sticks.
Sticks. Okay, hold
I
on. Real fucking
love
quick.
Sticks.
Real fucking quick.
Uh,
Okay, me and 2 of my other friends, I won't name them, got free tickets to go see Kansas, Sticks, and some other buttfuck band.
Yo,
That's-
you
And
don't
then-
like Sticks?
Ah, fuck that
That's
shit.
lit.
Okay, straight up.
yeah, for real.
What the fuck?
And we weren't doing anything that day, and there were free tickets, and they were in Concord, so we're like, yeah, well, let's go check it out. It'd be fun, right? Whatever. We like go pick up food on the way there, and we show up, and there's like no one there.
What?
There's like barely anyone there, and it's like
That's
hella
fun.
fucking like some like random like college kids and fucking moms and dads that are just like jamming out hardcore. They're just like doing the whole like the fucking
It's rock, bro.
Yeah, and then I forgot who headlined. I think it was Kansas. I can't remember. But all the other bands had their shit hooked up to like the amplifiers and stuff
Yeah.
like that,
Okay.
and and then this last band, I forgot who it was. They weren't hooked up to shit, and it sounded like fucking perfect. And I was like, this is hella sus. I was like, I don't know what y'all fucking hooked up to right now. I don't see shit. Obviously, I'm hella far away and I'm high as fuck, but like, this is weird.
This is open.
Fucking, I'm looking
Wow.
at fucking
Oh
my
60-year-olds
God.
smoking weed.
Look at that.
Ugh, always a treat, dude.
I think the only stick song I know is Sailing Away
80,
because
really?
it was
Is
on
that
South
They
Park.
hella played that shit too, and I was like,
The best of times. That's a good
I
song.
know this
It's
song.
a South Park song.
No, like I took my mom to go see Styx and I think Joan Jett.
Wow.
And that shit was like the keyboardist for Styx was like going off.
Yeah.
He was like throwing kicks and shit and
Hell
like
yeah.
Oh,
like
shit.
doing like one of
the
these
typical-
like yeah, and like okay, so and then his keyboard like was on like a I don't know, it was like on something like platform and it was spin around and he's just like
See,
like fucking playing. It was fucking wild.
Maybe doing
He's
too much,
jumping.
man.
and
maybe
shit.
I would have felt a different way
No.
if I seen that shit.
No, it
because
was-
they were just
No, they were like going
playing.
off.
Yeah, they were just standing there.
It was the best show I still
Maybe they
hands
got
down.
burned.
Boring as hell.
Wow.
Go see Styx. Like it was the best show I've ever fucking seen.
Wow.
All right.
Can we just
Yeah.
divulge really quick into what is the best show that you've ever seen?
Oh, let's do it.
Oh shit.
Let's try.
Oh,
Best
I've
show.
been to many. I off the bat, I want to say the first fucking concert I ever went to was Honda Civic Tour, and it was like 2012 or something. Matt and Kim opened My Chemical Romance, which I was like fucking
Hey.
ride or die. Like I cried.
What's up?
Yeah, I was just like, like that's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And Blink-182 closed it, and I
Yeah,
was
so
just
that's a good lineup.
amazed, like blown the fuck
So
away.
that was your first show and best show.
Yeah, well, off the top of my head, I've been to a lot of local shows that like stood out
Yeah.
to me,
Okay.
but like off the top of my head,
So
high production, dude.
first show and best show.
You know, my first show wasn't like a show; it was like a concert. It was in 2004. It was Blink-182. Phantom Planet opened Blink-182 and No Doubt, and it was like the tour that Blink-182
Yeah,
No doubt. That's
Blink-182 did like right after their self-titled release, you know,
Yeah.
that they put out. So I was like stoked, and that was my first concert. Best show
Sure.
ever been to? Fuck, man, like that's hard.
just try
Wow.
off the top of
Shit,
your
alright,
head.
alright.
Off the top of your head that you're like, yo, I'm gonna remember this.
Dave's a veteran.
Ah,
He's been to a lot of shows.
A veteran, I'm
A veteran.
sure.
yeah,
He's a
yeah.
veterinarian, dude. He loves animals. I'll cheers to that.
That's hard to say. I mean, I guess maybe in recent memory,
Sure.
Sure.
probably like, I guess in very recently,
Last night.
Sound and Fury was dope.
That was
like,
cool. Yeah.
Uh,
Last year was
you
better.
know, well, I didn't get to go to last year, but you know, I only went Saturday, and that shit was tight. I wish I would have seen Half Heart, obviously, but no, just being able to see like Drain fucking
Yeah.
go off,
Yeah.
like that was
That was
sick.
good. Good
Because,
set.
like, you know, I just feel like Northern California bands don't ever really get that much recognition,
Yeah.
you know, throughout, like, all these years. And it's just cool seeing bands that, you know, you've heard about or known about finally, like,
Yeah.
having a fucking, like, crowd that just goes apeshit. Like,
Yeah.
that's dope. Shout out to them. Yeah, I don't know. Sound and Fury was dope. Last night was cool.
A whole fence.
That was sick.
Backtracks last show.
I think
Well, cheers to that, brother.
Anytime I've seen Year of the Knife, that's just
Wow.
like,
Out of all like the 17, not all of us can be so lucky.
I'm just,
that.
it's hard to like pinpoint. There's just too many fucking shows. They're all good.
Matt, what you got?
Not all. I'll just say that. Not all shows are good shows.
You're fucking correct. And
Sorry.
I apologize.
Apology exception.
I think my first show was, I think I was probably like 11, or whenever American Idiot came out.
Oh my
I went to go
god.
see Green Day
Hell yeah.
and Jimmy Eat World.
Wow.
Hey,
it
wow.
was cool.
sick.
And then like I remember my best friend at the time, Miles. Shout out to Miles. His dad was like, "Oh, you guys want to go and watch Green Day?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" It was like $80, but we weren't even in the pit. I was like a young ass kid. Right?
$80 each?
Yeah, man.
Worth it.
God damn.
Worth
Yeah.
it. Standing
And
room
then-
only. Worth it.
And I think it was at Arco Arena.
Oh my god.
Yeah, throwback.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and it was tight. Like it was kind of awkward because Billy Joe kind of like he masturbates sometimes on stage. Like he puts his hands in his pocket, and he puts his hands in his pants, and he's like,
Damn.
"Oh,"
He's trying to
right.
be like Ruben.
And then like I look at,
I
I'm
didn't know
like,
that was a thing.
yeah, he does that, and it was weird. And like,
Oh yeah.
Is that loud?
My friend,
Is that allowed?
I don't know. But I was like, this is kind of awkward. I'm right next to my friend's dad.
All the moms just
You're-
wrote hella
you're
letters
all-
after
yeah.
that.
How dare you.
But the thing is,
Wrote
cool is that,
letters?
like,
Some good, some bad?
Yeah. I really appreciate how.
I took my child to this concert, and you fucking. I'm sure that happened.
Oh,
I'm
I
sure.
bet money on it,
I'm
fool.
pretty sure that there's like, yeah, true. Okay. And then just hang up. But no, that place is cool. It was cool because they didn't just play American Idiot songs. They played like stuff from like Dookie and stuff.
Yeah.
It was cool. But my favorite show, I'll probably have to say, probably when I went to go see Rancid for the second time.
Hell yeah.
I took Nelson. We took the BART train, like a typical Rancid song.
Yeah.
We took the BART train.
Of
Met up with
course.
some of the homies. We saw Off, The Interrupters,
Oh, nice.
and Rancid, and it was fucking tight. And I've never seen Keith Morris up in personal. I was like, he's kind of short. That's weird. I didn't know.
Yeah,
but like,
he's
but at
like-
the same time, I'm like, dude, like this guy is fucking wow.
He's like a little
Wow.
man, but he's like.
That's like me, a shriveled up
He's a
person.
burst of electricity.
Yeah.
That's what he is, dude. But like, yeah, that show was cool because Rancid played for fucking like 3 hours at
Damn.
the Warfield.
That's
No.
hella
But
too much. I don't
Warfield
give
is
a
Three
fuck.
really
hours?
I love Rancid, but I don't know about that.
I don't know. I fucking love Rancid. So
How
it
long was their set to bash? Like an hour and a half?
Yeah, just like an hour. And a
Even
half.
then, bro. Like,
It was tight. I was like in the
That's so
front too.
long.
40 minutes, you're just like, a band that big, 40 minutes, like,
No,
okay.
they were able to like.
One
No,
more.
but
and
they
then-
have so many songs.
There's so many.
That's
There's
true.
so many like
Hits,
heavy
right?
hitters.
Yeah,
That's true,
but
that's
still,
true.
pick the best
I'm
songs.
I'm not trying to be a gatekeeper right now, but
Oh,
So,
shit.
but-
Oh, old head.
Oh.
the first 3 Rancid albums, they did that in 2 years, and all of them had like 26 to like 30 tracks on them.
I don't get how
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they even do that.
It's
That's
crazy.
fucking nuts.
Yeah.
that was my favorite one.
I can barely like put out like 4.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's been like a year.
Well, yeah, but it's different dynamics because
Yeah.
they're fucking on top.
Yeah.
They already have a signing or whatever,
Yeah.
so that's like their
Now,
entire
Nelson
life.
came with me, so it was
Hell
super
yeah.
fun because like
Yeah,
Nelson's like,
he's
oh, I've never seen them, and Nelson likes
Wow.
and the Interrupters, they covered an Al Ivy song.
Nice.
Wow.
I saw them. They're really cool. The
Yeah.
Interrupters are really cool. Check them out.
They be going hella wild.
Yeah.
But there was actually an epiphany. So when they were playing Sound System, when they do that breakdown,
Mhm.
me and Nelson were going hard, but we weren't fucking crowd killing or anything. But like people like stopped. They're like, it's not that type of show. And
What?
that was
What?
like the
Yeah, fuck
mentality. My mentality. I was like, dude, I feel like I'm too fucking hardcore for the punk kids
Oh.
and too punk for the hardcore kids.
Yeah,
Because I'm not even going that fucking wild, you know.
Now, if you go to
That's
those like
what-
fucking punk shows, like, there's always those fucking dweebs that are
elitist
just like
as
fucking,
fuck.
yo man, we don't do that. It's like, yo, I do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah,
That's what, like, I
Get
think
with
it's
it.
just like the
Yeah.
silliest thing. Like, to me, all of the punk, like, that's like the muddy water of, okay, you're in hardcore or you're in true punk or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, even folk punk. Throw those motherfuckers, those fucking oodles and the tingles in there. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same muddy water, but like that's what's so like I understand that scene is different. Like, especially because it's like let's get fucked up, the Millionaire song and shit.
Yeah.
But it's like all the other shit is like why just get
It's all
along.
branches of the same tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Get along. What is wrong? Like, but that's what's very interesting about the fun.
Other than that, it was fun.
I'll say it. I'll say that shit right now.
Aesthetics, boy.
I want a tiny shirt and big pants.
Don't forget about the docs.
Yeah.
And the corduroys, bruh.
Oh, honorable mention. Sorry, best show. Oh, one of the best shows was Hoax at Sutro Bath Caves in San Francisco.
Wow.
They played in a fucking cave, dude. like near a cliff, like on the beach. Like that shit was dope. Dope. So tough. Fucking fool got hit with a beer can and fucking cut his shit open.
Oh,
I
fuck.
seen people get hit, like their head got hit up against the rock, like the rocky wall and shit.
It was in that cave, like you like walked.
Yeah,
down.
it was like in the fucking cave, and they brought a fucking was that a generator, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so to plug everything in.
Yeah, and it was only 2 bands. It was
Classic.
Condition and Hoax, and it was just hella rowdy. And I was just like, yo, I
Wait,
don't know.
where?
Sutro Bath Caves in
No.
San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah,
When though?
Why don't we do this?
it was like 2000.
Let's do a renegade.
I can get a generator.
Hell yeah.
Yo.
Fuck
What's
yeah.
up?
I don't remember when that was. It was like 2013 or 14.
It's
One of those
2019 right now, so let's do
I've
this.
been there.
what's the
and
movie?
it's fucking dark in there.
Dude,
We get some lights.
Yeah, we'll make that shit work. We made it work.
they
plenty
had
of
like
times.
a floodlight
Yeah.
in the back.
All you need is one.
Because there's the little opening. with the
Yeah,
waves
they got the
and-
whole set on YouTube. That's tight.
I'm about to look that up.
Yeah.
What about you, Phil? What about
So
your
was
first
it, like,
show?
First and best show.
First
so
and best.
the first show, I didn't really go to any concerts or anything. So the first show was me playing with the first band I was in. We opened for a pity party.
Yeah.
Way
Oh,
like
hell yeah.
2016. I was 14 years old. It was a week before I turned 15. It was tight.
Young.
It was tight.
And then it was like the first time I met Seth and saw Molasses.
All these fools. God damn.
Oh,
And
Was
then-
that at Garrett's or
Young.
no?
Yeah, Garrett's little garage.
What,
thing.
like 2 years ago?
3.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
shit,
yeah. Because that was like the second show that was there. That was Stoop Kid's last show. There was an old ass fool there, and he had hella long ass dreads. I remember that motherfucker kept trying to like pull me in the pit, like, ugh. And then I remember I like
I know
dumped
exactly who you're
down.
talking about. Too.
Yes!
I don't know his name, but I know
That
his
dude.
name.
Fucking touch me.
There was like, yeah. I mean,
For
like, yeah, I'll bounce around, but it's like I'm not trying to do like what the fuck Gabe is trying to do. This motherfucker is large compared to
This
me.
guy
You know what I'm
scares
saying?
me.
I know my limits. Like
Was that the same day? The fly
that
had, like,
everyone
the UFOs
snaps
in it,
fucking
right?
Yes.
40s and like try to
Okay.
fucking stab each other. That same
What's
shit.
the-
Yeah.
I didn't
Yes,
know about-
okay. Yeah, that's what Cheap Shoes was playing. And remember, Nelson peeled off his fucking face and was like,
Oh,
What's
yeah,
wrong?
I heard that.
Yes,
Yeah, okay, I
yes.
remember that now.
it was that show. So that dude kept coming up to me. And then, like, the last time I remember, I ducked and, like, I just took my head, like, as far as I could to, like, my waist.
Yeah.
And then he peeled my shirt off. And that's, like, I didn't have any top surgery or
Yeah.
anything. So I was wearing this binder. And binders are, like, tough-ass canvas in the front
Yeah.
and, like, spandex all the way around because it's too compressed. So
Yeah.
it's, like, pressing as hard as it can. So you get, like, bruising on your ribs
Uh-huh.
hella easy. And so I was, like, trying to do that. So he ripped my fucking shirt off. And that was the first night I ever met Max or Shakira. Because Shakira went straight in front of me and just, like, fucking, like,
Oh
held
shit.
her hands, like, and then, like, helped me into the corner for me to get my, like, shirt back
What the
on.
fuck?
That guy was being a
And then,
fucking
like,
jerk,
10
dude.
minutes later, you fools played, yeah, and then all
Yeah.
that shit just, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
think
I
what was-
remember.
Go ahead.
No.
That's when he was like, it was the first night you met Max and Shakira. I think it was funny. Max was telling me, he's like, yeah, I remember some kid complimented my minor thread patch. I was like, dude, that was me.
Oh, you didn't say
Wow.
that.
Shout out to Max and
Wow.
Shakira.
Hell yeah.
Shakira.
Well, was that it? Is that?
Wait,
did
what
you
about
bring
And
it
your-
up?
the best show was Gorilla Biscuits at Gilman.
I was there. That was a good one. That was a real
I'm
good
still,
one.
That was-
honestly,
it was
to
with,
ruin my punk cred, never been to Gilman. Never.
That's fine.
It's cool. It is what
Wow,
it
okay. I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean,
is. Magic went to the Grammys.
everybody always says, it's an honor going to Gilman, no diss, you know, but like,
It's
It is
just
what it
it's a
is.
room.
It's a room.
he's got history,
Yeah.
you
That's
know, and whatever.
All
It's
right.
like, that's it.
Damn.
Damn.
Put it down. No, well, before we close out, but let's do some fucking shout outs, promoting, whatever you want to plug. Let's get.
Oh, dude, how dare you?
Oh shit! I forgot. Well,
How
that
dare.
just- no, it just slipped.
It's doing amazing, is the answer.
Anyways, let's promote whatever you guys want to promote. Like, let's get out. Let's do good. Whatever plugs you want. What's coming up? Like, is that your hashtag? Not hashtags. Your
Your
handles.
ads, bro.
Your ats. Like, what's up? We got Matt. We got Matt Moves already. Matt Moves.
My Instagram. I usually just use Instagram. It's just Matt Moua Art. That's MATTMOUART. And if you see Art's shirt and Gabe's shirt, it's the ones that I drew.
Wow.
And yeah, that's.
You have
Pretty
any
deal.
more of these for sale or no?
Yeah, I have some of those. I don't have any mediums. I don't have any smalls. I only got large
boy
and
sizes.
X. Because all my homies are big homies.
Big boy hours.
Y'all-
And y'all just need to bulk up, I guess.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
You know, you get the,
But where's the whey? Where's the whey protein?
Oh, the way.
hit the fucking bench. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Oh, you
God.
did.
Huh? What's
What's
it?
your plugs?
handle?
Oh, my Instagram is Dead California. That's
No
it.
X's?
Nope.
Wow.
I don't know.
No X's. That's raw XD, right?
Yeah. X Dead California X. You know what I'm saying?
Underscore
No,
X.
just Dead California. Nothing
Plain and
goes on.
simple.
Nothing goes on. Philip?
Oh shit, how am I gonna explain this? So it's like
That's just not really
Philly.
it's filthy fucking Phil, but it's all PHs. That's the best I can explain.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
What did we say earlier? To go to Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Philly
dude! I want to be in
cheesesteak.
Philadelphia,
Philly.
eat a Philly cheesesteak, and be Phil.
Fuck it, just be Phil. It is what it is.
Filthy Phil.
Phil
Philadelphia.
and Gabe, they do video stuff too.
Yeah, they
And
do.
do photography stuff.
It's a big deal.
At Filth of Stockton.
Hey,
Yeah.
with a PH.
With the
Check the
PH.
PH. Just saying.
With the PH.
All right, Raylan. Let's do your show coming up again.
My show coming up. It is this Saturday. That's upcoming, the 17th of August, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Trail Downtown. It's on Main Street. It's called The First Pride Was a Fucking Riot, because it was 50 years ago. Come through, come look at my old diaries and shit, my old journals. It's very interesting, I hope. My actual Instagram is Sativa X Prince. Sativa like Mariganja, okay? Not Savita, okay?
I thought it was
Savita.
Yeah!
Savita Velveeta.
Maybe you have
What you doing?
dyslexia or something. I don't know.
Oh no.
I
And
might
then
need
my
a CBD
art
oil.
one is at Anarcho, ANARCHEAUX.
And a qual.
Like a hoe bitch, or not an HO. Yeah, Anarcho. That's my art one. I've been kind of off the map. I've been doing life shit, but I've been deeply enjoying myself. So follow.
Yeah.
That's good. Well,
Mhm.
thank you guys for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Raylan.
Yeah,
It was
thank you.
a pleasure.
Yay!
Let me clapping. Let me. My at is Artie Boy Sucks. ARTIEBOYSUCKS. I play in Sissy Fit, so I think I don't know the tag.
That's
for
like
that.
a big deal.
It's like
Sad girls
Sissy
can
Sissy
fly.
X Fit, right?
Yeah,
No, it's
Sissy
like
X.
Sissy X dot fit.
Oh, Sissy.
Really?
Sissy dot fit HXC.
XC.
Yeah, something like that.
We're playing in Sacramento on the 24th, and then I think we're in Stockton on 28th, and then we will be playing Stockton again on the 30th at a garage.
Tight.
Garage.
Wow.
In the garage.
Yo.
Or was it? Is that Charlie's?
It's I don't know. I actually
I want to say that's like,
we'll post it
yeah,
soon.
30th.
Oh,
20th.
shit.
Yo, there's a show in Stockton, the 26th or the 16th, Flower Shop.
Oh yeah, Pity Party
Yeah.
and
Stu
Next
Kids,
weekend,
yeah.
right? The-
No, Stu Kids is on the
Oh,
24th.
sorry, y'all.
It's a pity party. I'm pretty sure. Coughed it up. Matt Rat, aka
Yeah,
me,
y'all.
just by myself,
he's good.
singing country songs.
Yeah.
Poncho.
I don't know who else is playing. Fuck, I feel bad
Some
now.
other cool, dusty,
Static
gnarly
Symphony,
punks.
right?
Yeah.
Des
Desora.
Symphony,
Yeah,
Desora.
Desora. Or Izora, who knows?
I think it's a D.
No, remember that?
You have the D. 'Cause you know, it looks like a D like this, but
Yeah.
there's a middle, and it looks like an I inside. I don't know.
It's, that's next Friday, right? It was
Yes.
Fuck,
It's
when I was in the
This
flower
upcoming
shop.
Friday, the 16th.
What's, you guys have
16th.
the address on?
I want to say 443 North California.
Yeah.
Off
It's
the
on
top.
California
Yes.
Street.
California.
Can't
Double
make it.
cuts.
It's my mom's birthday.
It's all good.
Woo! Mom! Cheers to mom! Woo!
Hey, two.
You.
Well, thank you guys again. Thank you guys for listening.
Woo!
Your life suck. Your
Yeah.
life sucks. Thank you. See ya.